Hey guys, it's Steph, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Steph Reviews Makeup and hopes it looks good because she has to be out of the house in a couple of hours and if it doesn't look good, she's gonna look like shit. Available on iTunes 2024. Yeah, in today's video, we are trying out Studio London, which is actually like Superdrug's new brand. I haven't really heard anything about it. I was literally in Superdrug getting some like purple shampoo or something and it was like one of those moments where I walked past the counter and I did a little reverse and I was like, you're new. So I picked up as many things as I could. I think the only thing I don't have is a brow product and also a primer because the primer was sold out. But yeah, got pretty much a full face. Fingers crossed it looks good because I have to be out in about an hour and a half or so. So if it doesn't look good, I'm kind of screwed. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna get straight into it. Swing. I'm actually heading out for my first M-Sculpt appointment. I guess it's an appointment. Basically, M-Sculpt is like one of those machines that apparently makes you do like 20,000 sit-ups in one go. I got a good deal on it over Christmas and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try that because I've never done it before. So I'm heading out to do that in a bit. Get back down there, earring. So yeah, that'll be fun. I'll let you guys know how I get on with that. I'll probably do like a short TikTok reel, one of them. So by the looks of everything, it looks as though everything from this brand are vegan and then also cruelty-free. And everything was really affordable. I feel like most things were under $5. I'll put all the prices on screen like I normally do, but yeah, everything was like pretty affordable. I'm gonna do my eyes first. I'm gonna start off with this Color Icon eyeshadow base, prep and add vibrancy. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this. It's kind of like a P. Louise sort of situation, I assume. I'm just gonna whack that all over my lids. It's quite pinky, but actually when it blends out, it actually looks all right. I thought it was gonna be like a P. Louise sort of situation. And I feel like you probably could pat it on a bit thicker, but it does just seem like a pretty standard eye primer to me. It's blanking out my lids nicely though. So for eyeshadow, I have the Color Icon eyeshadow palette in the shade After Dusk. So you can see it's got a bunch of neutral tones, but it also has some nice blues and greens. Look at that. Wait. Look at that. That actually looks really nice. I think I kind of have to use one of these blue shades here. You guys know me, I see a blue and I'm like, yes, get on me face. And I also have the Color Icon eyeshadow pigment. This one is in the shade Brave Indigo and I feel like it kind of works with this shade here. I'm gonna start off by taking a little bit of bronzer. So I would like it if they had maybe like a neutral kind of crease sort of color in here, but that's fine. I'm just gonna take my HMB bronzer just to get a little bit of something going in my crease before I put down that pigment. Seems to be working well with the eyeshadow primer. And yeah, I'm gonna go in with this pigment stuff first to see if I can like, am I gonna do that? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this like color pigment and basically just use that as a base for the blue. I'm just gonna take the same brush that I used for the eyeshadow primer. I never really do this, so I don't know. This might be where things screw up. Let's try this. I'm just gonna pat it on. Just on the outer 2/3 of my lid. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, but you can see it is pretty pigmented. It doesn't look as pigmented as it does in the tube, but again, I imagine you could probably build this up. But yeah, today I'm just using this as a base more than anything. Okay, I'm now just gonna go straight in with this blue shade here called Twilight. Should we do a couple of swatches? I don't think I'm gonna use this color today. I don't think I'm gonna use this color today. Okay, well, they're looking pretty good and I don't think I'm gonna use this one, so we'll swatch a few of those. You can see that's what the colors are looking like, and you can see my ADHD medication has just kicked in, and so I'm shaking. Haven't even had a coffee today, but I will, just to like mess around with it even more. So yeah, I'm just gonna pat that all over the outer corner of my lid. Yeah, see, that makes it look a lot better. I never really use like colored eye bases for colored eye looks. Like sometimes I might use like a black primer or like a black gel liner if I'm doing like a really, really intense, like full black smoke look, but it actually really does help. I should probably do it more. And I'm just gonna sketch that around my crease because I'll probably go back in with maybe like the dark brown or that bronzer again in a minute. I'm just basically just getting my shape. Now that I'm looking at that, that actually looks freaking dope. Whoo, I like that color a lot. I'm now gonna go in with a little bit of Skyline just to sort of go more so like in my inner corner. So we can see what this looks like without any eyeshadow base underneath or like any like colored base. Just gonna tap that in. That still looks pretty good. And can we appreciate the no fallout? Like, that's why, like, these sort of bases are good, even though I never do it, because it just means you're not going to get as much fallout either, because it sticks to it. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that. I'm going to go in with a bit more of that bronzer that I used, and I am going to probably use a little bit of that darker brown shade in a second, but I just want to make sure that I blend all this out with like a slightly lighter color. That color is dope. I am actually obsessed with how that looks so far. Now, before I say it, can you guys guess? There's a piece of plastic on me there. Before I say it, can you guys guess what I'm about to say? I'm going to go off camera, do the other eye, and I'll see you in a sec. God, I wish it was that easy to just do my makeup. I am loving this so far. Might be a little bit intense for literally an appointment where I'm just gonna sit there and have my stomach vibrated for half an hour. But blue eyeshadow is what I do. So like I said, I didn't have a primer to pick up from them, so I've already just used my standard primer, which is my Bobbi Brown face base. So now I'm gonna go in with the Flaunt Flawless Perfecting Foundation, SPF 20, 12-hour wear, and I got this in the shade 14. I'm really intrigued by this. It doesn't say if it's full coverage or not. We'll find out right here, right now. Hopefully the color's okay, because the lighting was a little bit funny in Superdrug. Yeah, the color's great. The color is great. Okay, it looks like it's kind of like maybe like a light to medium coverage, maybe slightly more on the medium side. Doesn't really seem to have a smell or anything. Oh, do you know what they also didn't have? That's another thing I forgot. They also don't have mascaras, or at least they didn't on the stand that I was looking at. There wasn't like a space for them or anything. So that's another thing I don't have. I was thinking to myself then, I'm like, okay, I need to put on falsies. I need to do my hair a little bit. All these things I need to do before I go. And I remembered I don't even have a mascara. That's fine. Maybe we can use the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift, which is actually one of my new favorite mascaras, despite all the drama. Yeah, I'll probably use that in a minute. This is blending out really, really nicely. It feels like it's just gliding on my skin really well. It looks good. Like, I know it's not looking like the final finished product right now, but what do you guys think? I think it's looking pretty good. I don't know if this brand is basically like a replacement for Superdrug's like B makeup line, because I haven't seen that for ages. I'm assuming it's like rest in peace, no more, but I don't know if this is like a replacement line or something, but yeah, Superdrug's previous makeup line was really, really good, so I've got high hopes for this. So now I'm gonna go in with the cream concealer. It says it's weightless full coverage, and I got this in the shade, I have no idea, number 7. Do my use. And I'm going with my A506 brush from BK, which is literally like my favorite concealer brush at the moment. Okay, this concealer has coverage. Are you kidding me? That has some serious coverage, boy. It looks a little bit more matte than I would like, and I'm a little bit worried about how it'll powder down, but you never know. Don't want to jump to conclusions or anything here. Yeah, this brush is so good for just like getting around all the crevices. I just go through my brows with it. Yeah, look at that under eye. That has some serious coverage. I like the doe foot as well. It's kind of like a little wiggly doe foot, so you're not gonna be like dragging it around your face or anything. I'm feeling pretty positive about how this is looking so far. Very good. Next, I'm gonna warm my face up a little bit with this bronzer here. This is the Flaunt Flawless Bronzing Cream, and I got it in the shade number 3. Looks a lot more red toned in the pan than it did in store. We will make it work, we always do. Just wanna warm myself up a little bit. Okay, it's not too pigmented, which is nice. I'm gonna bring that up on my cheeks and a little bit around my forehead. I normally bronze with a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer, so we'll just have to see how this looks like on its own today. Not bad. I'm actually just gonna take my foundation brush that I was using and just use it like that, just to warm me up. Color's a little bit off. Like when I saw it in the store, it did look a little bit more orangey as opposed to a bit more red tone, but it's still fine. Worst case scenario is I just add a little bit of my bronzer after. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for a second. Now I'm gonna go in with the Flaunt Flawless blusher. It's a cheek and lip, cheek and lip pigment, and I got this in the shade Passion because I was just looking at it and I was like, you're nice. Like, it's a lot more intense than I would normally choose, but I just really, really liked how it looks. So it does just look kind of, I just put it on my lips for a second. You can see it gives your lips a little tint. It's quite nice, not necessarily with the eyes, but still quite pretty. And I'm just gonna tap that on the tops of my cheeks. blend that out again with my sponge. Sponge, brush. It's early. It's early, okay? This pink lip is throwing me off. It looks a little bit like terrifying to some people in the pan, but actually when you apply it, it is a lot more subtle. Do a little bit on my forehead as well. I don't know if I'm loving like the two colors with the bronzer and the blusher together because they do look very, very similar. But the way they're applying onto my skin looks really good. So it might just be that I need a different color, but yeah, not bad. So I then have these You Do You highlighter drops, and I think they had 2 or 3 shades of these. I don't know whether I should apply this under powder or over powder. Oh, it's like very, very pinky. Let me just show you. It looks quite pink. I do have a powder highlighter to try as well, so I'm gonna use this under my powder and just add it right to the tops of my cheeks. It's probably not gonna look like much because right now my face is just very, very shiny from all angles, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it might not be that visible right now, but it's blending out nicely. I'll try a little bit on my shoulders just so we can see what it looks like without all the rest of the makeup. Very, very subtle. It does say though, to be fair, that you can mix this with foundation. So that's what I would probably do with something like this, just because it's not giving me like the glow that I love. But it's blending out nicely. So it's not like it's a crap product or anything. It's just not giving me enough really. But yeah, I'll still use that as like a foundation mixer or something. Now it is time for the scariest part of any makeup review for me, which is trying out a new powder. So this is the Flaunt Flawless Setting Powder, weightless and mattifying. I really like the packaging. It's like a little flat mushroom. And I'm gonna do my under eyes first like I usually do. Just gonna make sure everything is all nice and smooth. And then I'm gonna go in with this powder. Please be good. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Okay. Looks a little bit more matte than I normally like, but it looks okay. Please, 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 please. Yeah, that looks okay actually. Whew. Now I'm gonna take my little floppy brush that everyone loved in one of my previous videos. And loads of people ask me where it's from. It's the BK Beauty 102 brush. And I just love it because it's like floppy. Let's set this mug down. Yeah, so it's definitely more of a matte setting powder, which isn't my usual thing, but you know, it's not looking bad. It doesn't look bad or anything like that. It's just not my sort of go-to. But yeah, it does look quite nice. It's very, very lightweight. It doesn't feel like it's like setting my makeup in a sense that it's like making it all stiff and solidified. Does this make sense? Does this make any sense? Like I feel like sometimes when you have a foundation or like a concealer or some sort of cream product and you put a powder on top, sometimes it can just feel cakey. Even if it doesn't look it, it can just feel it sometimes. And this isn't doing that basically, so don't worry about that. Looks good on my forehead as well. Sometimes things can look a little bit like textured on my forehead, but that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the You Do You powder highlighter in the shade Radiant Glow. It says Glow Get It Highlighter Powder. Skin enhancing formula, gives the ultimate luminous glow. And I'm gonna mix all 3 colors together. Let's see what you got, baby. Not much, baby. I went a little bit harder, that's what she said. There we go. Sometimes you just need to be a little bit aggressive, you know? Hello? Oh, my Cult Beauty parcel is gonna be here in a couple of hours. I ordered loads of new Vive bits. Stay tuned. I mean, this highlighter looks all right. I'm not like in love with it. Normally I go silent and I normally make like a weird face or a weird noise. It looks fine, it looks nice enough. Like it's giving me a nice little glow. Doesn't look textured or anything like that. Like there's nothing bad about it. It's just not like wowing me. But yeah, it's quite pretty. I am probably gonna add a little bit of bronzer or like contour powder or something just to give my face a little bit more definition in a minute, but I'm just gonna carry on as normal. I'm gonna go in with the You Matter Setting Mist. They had a matte one, then they also had a dewy one, but the matte one was the only one in stock. Quite like the bottle though. Let's see. Do you have a smell? Kinda smells a little bit like What's It, but like really subtly. Am I just imagining what's happening right now? I feel like it kind of smells a little bit like What's It, but it doesn't, it lasts for like a split second, but otherwise, basically it doesn't smell of anything, it just, whatever smell there is in it, it just smells slightly of What's It for like a split second. Okay. Right, I'm gonna carry on with my eyes, so I'm gonna take more of that highlighter and put that right on the inner corner. And then some on my brow bone as well. Let's just ignore that rogue hair that doesn't want to sit up there. We're gonna ignore him and pretend he just goes away. And then I'm just gonna take a tiny little bit of this Nightlife shade here and smoke out my lower lash line with that. Oh, hello. Imagine if one day I like say hello to a product and suddenly it goes, hello. I'll be like, oh my God, I need to stop. I need to leave the planet. I need to stop talking right now because I'm not actually making any sense. Whoa, I'm gonna smoke all that out in a second. I'm just gonna go over with a little bit of that bronzer shade again, just to smoke it out a little bit more and soften it a bit. Next, I'm gonna go in with this liner pencil here. So this is just called the Precision Eyeliner Define and Blend Pencil, and I got it in the shade Loyal Brown. I also got a nudie colored one. I think these were literally like either £2 or £3. So I figured like I'm always in the market for a new like nude liner. So hopefully this is good. I always struggle to find a liner that actually like works in my waterline. This one's actually like picking up on my waterline. Okay, not mad at it, looking pretty good. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Now for my lips, I'm gonna go in with this lip liner here in the shade Allure Pink. It's not as creamy as the 17 lip liners that I like, but it's still giving me some good color payoff. That's a pretty color. I like it. I'm now gonna take one of their POUT lipsticks in the shade Feeling Cute. And I'm just gonna go in the center with that. It's like slightly lighter than the lip liner. I'll show you guys how pigmented they are on their own. Nice, not bad. I'm just gonna tap that in. I'm gonna have to do some cleanup like off camera in a second because I'm looking at the clock every like couple of minutes like, I gotta go soon. Okay, yeah, quite like that. And then I have this gloss here. You all know I'm not much of a gloss person, but I figured I would just try it out for you. You're welcome. So this is the Color Gloss Add Motivation. That's the shade, Add Motivation. So just take a load of that right in the center. Doesn't really, has like a very, very subtle like vanilla smell. And you can see it's just slightly tinted pink, but nothing major. Feels quite nice, doesn't feel sticky. Right, I'm now gonna use the mascara that broke the frickin' internet. So this is the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. And this genuinely does make it look like you have false lashes. Look at that. I'm gonna do a little bit on my lower lashes as well. Okay, I'm very, very conscious of the time. So this is all the makeup on my face right now. I'll include a little macro. And what I'll do is I'm gonna go to my appointment, live my life, do my day, and I'm gonna check back with you guys in a bit and show you how this makeup looks after X amount of hours. So this is how it's looking right now with all of the Studio London products. And I'm pretty happy with it. I might add, I don't know what Ollie's throwing down the stairs there. I might add a little wing in a second. I might, if I have time, I need to go and like get changed and do my hair and stuff. But yeah, I might add a little wing because I feel like this maybe needs it. Oh my God, he's naked. He's naked. That's disgusting. But yeah, I'm gonna finish my mascara, do my hair, do all of that, go do like 20,000 sit-ups without actually moving, which is like my idea of exercise. And I will see you guys in a second. All right, guys, I'm back. I had my first M-Sculpt session and it went really well. I'm going to post, by the time you guys see this, actually, there will be a YouTube Shorts. There's so many like video apps now, I can't keep up. There'll be a YouTube Shorts and a TikTok and potentially a Reel. Who knows, I'm struggling to keep up. But yeah, there will be a little like some sort of video on some sort of social platform about that. But it was fine. So I didn't actually say what time it was when I actually first did my makeup, but it was around about 9 in the morning and it is currently at 5 in the afternoon. So I've had it on technically for, I'm gonna say around like 7.5 hours, 7 hours, give or take. But yeah, this is how everything's looking. Like I said, I did add a little teeny tiny bit of bronzer, like powder bronzer, just to warm me up a tiny bit. And I did also add a little bit of a wing and then an inner corner flick as well. But otherwise, I haven't touched my face at all since I last saw you. Haven't touched up my lip liner, anything like that. This is all like exactly how my face is looking after like 7.5 hours. And I feel like it's looking pretty good. Now I will say I'm looking quite oily, like not to the extent where I look in like person, like too oily, but I am just very, very conscious of the fact that maybe I do need powdering down a little bit. So even though I use the matte setting powder and then also the matte setting spray, I wouldn't say it's made me look overly matte. It's actually made me look a little bit more glowy than even I would like. And I'm gonna include some macro shots of this, but I can see there's a little bit of creasing around my smile lines and it looks a little bit more textured like around my nose. The under eyes, all of like basically the nose upwards looks pretty good. The lip liner and lipstick lasted fairly well, I want to say, but it's just like a little bit around my mouth that's maybe looking a little bit textured and a little bit creased. But I will say, for a super affordable brand that you can just get in Superdrug, it did a really, really good job. I'm very, very curious to see how everything will work when I like mix and match things with the products that I usually wear day to day. And a lot of you guys have asked for this, so I'm also going to include a little cutaway of how everything looks with my natural brown eyes. I actually feel like my brown eyes will work really well with the blue, but I already have my contacts in, so YOLO. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this makeup look. Let me know what you think of how it wore and if there's anything you guys are gonna be picking up. I would have to say my favorites from today will probably be the concealer. I'm gonna say the concealer, the eyeshadow palette. I actually might go and pick up more of their eyeshadow palettes because they had a bunch of them and it was actually really, really good. And then also these eyeshadow pigments. I never normally use eyeshadow pigments underneath any sort of eyeshadow, but it actually made a massive difference. Like this eyeshadow has stayed on pretty well. So yeah, those are my top 3 products from Studio London. If you guys do want to check anything out, I'll link everything down below as always. And what happened to me then? It is a new brand, so it might not be available, but if I can link it on the YouTube shop function, which I think you should be able to find like here or here, maybe here. It should come up with like view products or something. I will try and link as many products on there as I can as well, so you guys can just shop straight from your phone. But yeah, overall, I actually think these products are pretty damn good, especially for the price. Like, is it gonna rival my most expensive foundation? Probably not. But also, considering the price of it, is actually really, really good. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave it here for now. Like I said, don't forget to click the links down below if you guys do wanna check out any of the products, or obviously you can find them in store as well. I'm gonna leave it here for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do wanna see more of me, because I upload, say it with me, all the damn time. And I am also uploading quite a lot on Shorts now and TikTok. There's a lot of social media apps these days. I'm trying to upload on basically everything. So follow on everything and you won't miss a thing. But yeah, guys, anyway, I'm gonna leave it here for now. I love ya, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah, boy. Longest bye ever.